Hey, hi everybody. Welcome to Mental Wellness Today presents Recovery Blog with Bill MacPhee. Hi, I'm your host, Bill MacPhee. Good to see you again. Today is Monday, November the 24th. Coming up on American Thanksgiving in a few days, this coming Thursday. So I'd like to wish all my American friends happy Thanksgiving, and may you have a good day and take a time of reflection and truly focus on some of the things that we have to be thankful for, because I know that a lot of times that if we really think, we will be thankful for it. Today I want to I'm going to answer a few questions that I got from a couple of the people who watch this blog. And for those who are new, I just want to remind you this is Mental Wellness Today presents Recovery Blog with Bill MacPhee. My name is Bill MacPhee. I was basically hospitalized 6 different times, lived in 3 different group homes, and had a suicide attempt. I was very, very ill. And I publish SZ Magazine, a magazine on schizophrenia. And I actually have a book that I wrote called To Cry a Dry Tear, Bill MacPhee's Journey of Hope and Recovery with Schizophrenia. And you can get that book at our website, mentalwellnesstoday.com. Let's start off. Before I get into the questions, a few of you noticed my mustache. I just want to let you know what that's all about. Here in Canada, I'm not sure if it's North America wide or not, but I know here in Canada, we talked about men's health, and first started with awareness of prostate cancer for people in the month of November, for the men to grow a mustache for the month of November. So I've started early in November, and this is what you see here. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not, but it's basically for men's health, and they've included mental health in Movember as well. So it's called Movember instead of November. It's Movember because this is the Mo, and it's November for men's health. Moving on, a couple of questions. First of all, I'm gonna get talk about Rosalie had a question for me, and she writes, "Thanks for the emails. I enjoy reading the articles and watching the videos. I had also finished reading the book To Cry a Dry Tear, which gave me a lot of insight into the illness. I am the caregiver for my son who has schizophrenia. If you don't mind, please tell me whether you are on medication right now, and if you do, what medication you are taking at the moment." Well, Rosalie, yeah, what I can tell you is that yes, I'm currently taking medication, and I don't mind telling you what medication I'm on. I have no trouble doing that. A lot of times people say, "Oh, you shouldn't tell," or anything like that, but I'm an open book. I'm transparent. But before I tell you what medication I'm on, I definitely want to tell you that everybody's an individual. And what works for one person does not work for another person. And because we're all individual, because schizophrenia is a spectrum or a syndrome, and different people react different ways to different medications. It's a trial and error process, and you need to work closely with your preferably psychiatrist on it, or your family doctors who know about mental health. Rosalie, I take a medication called Fluanaxle. It's an injectable, and I truly believe that injectables should be frontline therapy. That the reason that I do so well medication wise is because I get an injection, and I don't have to worry about taking a lot of pills, because it's easy to forget taking pills and you get out of the routine and everything like that. And so I get an injection of a drug called Fluanaxle, and I get that every 4 weeks. I get 40 milligrams of that, and right in the behind there. And I'm on Cogentin or benzotropine, which is an oral medication for the side effects. I take that every two pills a day of that 2 milligrams. So that's what I'm on. But again, medication, I believe that medication is the foundation. You've got to get back into reality. And that's what I get into. That's what I'm totally into reality. And I need, if I want to continue the good quality of life that I have, then I take my medication regularly. At the first, when I was first hospitalized many, many years ago, in 1987, I was on different medications such as Haldol and Loxapac and Loxapine, and then a bunch of them. And it wasn't until I went off my medication, relapsed, that they put me on an injectable. They didn't trust me to take my medication, so they put me on an injectable, and I've been on it ever since then. And what I should say about that is that my injectable it's an antipsychotic with a little bit of an antidepressant in it. Okay, so moving on. Let's see, we have a question here. Talks about, let's see, how can we break this cycle of personal obsessiveness? Get out of ourselves and think of someone else for a change. Because really, if you focus on yourself so much, it is not going to make you happy. Happiness comes from thinking of others and doing for others. So now, where do pets come in this equation? Will not everyone be blessed with a family like you? I have a brother and his wife, but mostly I am by myself. Tommy keeps me company, which is a pet. And even though we have a lovely family, Lucy's a joy for you. She's talking about my dog, Lucy. Pets are just a lot of fun. I find with Tommy makes me so slow down from my chaotic life and enjoy the simple things like sitting outside enjoying a cool breeze. My question to you is, how does interacting with, say, a dog benefit someone with mental illness who is trying to reach or maintain recovery? Okay, so there's two questions here. One of them is talking about basically how can we break the cycle of getting out of ourselves and think of someone else for a change. And that's very, very common. When we are in so much, when we're dealing with a mental illness and when we're dealing with any kind of illness, we feel that pain. And that pain is subjective. It's very individual, and we feel, and we're in a rough time, a tough spot. And so it's only natural to focus in on ourselves and try to think about ourselves, and we almost come sometimes selfish. I know that I hear a lot from caregivers who are basically caregivers who are looking after somebody and are going out of their way and going the whole 9 yards, the extra mile, all that, and yet they get no appreciation from the person they're looking after, and it looks like that person's not thankful or just not appreciative. And it's just really to understand that because we're in so much pain with these illnesses, with these mental illnesses, that we just focus on ourselves. And for example, I'm going to give you an analogy as well. Hang on, let me take a sip here. You may know or you may not know that both my parents are in a nursing home. They're in a nursing home, a very good nursing home, and they're being looked after really, really well. But there's lots of activities and things like that. But there is a lot of time, a lot of spare time. And my mother, who really basically is in a wheelchair and she doesn't really read or do any activities or have any hobbies or watch TV or anything like that. It's a long day from her, and when she's in there, she's focusing on herself. So when we go to visit her, we'll hear all kinds of complaints about, you know, um, my legs are aching or my back is aching or I got a stomach ache and all these complaints about physical illnesses where basically, you know, we know that it's not always the case. The fact is that she's only focusing on it. She has so much time on her hands that she's focusing on the little pains and different things in her body and just bringing that up all the time. And that's no different than us when we have a mental illness and we're dealing with our illness and we're in a lot of pain and we focus on ourselves because we may not have a lot of good quality of life at the moment, or we're we have a lot of time on our hands, and so that's like an analogy. So really, it's just human nature that we focus on ourselves, on our inside, and we become selfish in thinking of that. And we need to create ways of expanding our world, and we will expand our world and our horizons, you might say, once we get off ourselves. But in order for us to start thinking, get out of starting thinking about just me and yourself and the selfishness, we have to improve our quality of life first so we can help other people and we can participate in other people's lives again. So it all comes with quality of life, which we're trying to do with my magazine, Ed Magazine, with my books, with this video blog, is trying to create a um, a recovery attitude, which means that recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anybody else than who you are today. That's my philosophy and that's my definition of recovery. Now, there was another question in there about pets, and absolutely, you know what? And I told Angelina that I'm going to bring my pet on the blog. My next blog, I'm going to bring my dog Lucy, and I'm going to hold her here while I do my video blog, and I'm going to introduce Lucy to you. So I haven't asked for you. Share this video or email or get your friends, go on social media and draw them to this, because later on this week, I'm going to do a blog and I'm going to show you my dog, Lucy, and we're going to talk about that. But to answer your question about pets, you know what? Pets can be a wonderful thing, a really great thing. However, they can be a burden as well. And you have to really judge for yourself. It's not Pets are great and are wonderful, but if you're at a stage in your life or in your illness where you cannot look after a dog or a cat, or you're having a hard time with pets because maybe you're going through a little bit of a depression and maybe you're in bed a lot, or you don't feel like getting dressed to go out or to take a dog for a walk or anything like that. So those are the things to be aware of. And you know what? So you have to really ask yourself, can I look after a pet? And if I can't, is it fair to get a pet when I can't look after the pet? Because there will be times when you do not want to do that. For example, in our house, the kids, my son Dwight and daughter Hannah, wanted to have a dog, and they bugged us and bugged me and my wife to have a dog. And finally, we got the dog in January last year, and we got Lucy. And we told the kids, we said, this dog is your responsibility. You have to take her out, you have to feed her, you have to play with her, all this kind of stuff. And they, oh yeah, we will, we guarantee we will. Yeah, get us a dog, we'll look after it. We have to remind those kids all the time. Remember, you said you'd look after this dog. Sure, we do our share and take her out. I take her out early in the morning and late at night, and then usually the dog gets taken out throughout the day and early evening when the kids get home from school and different things like that. But they're a lot of work. They're like children. They're like babies, and even though they're part of the family and you love them, there's no doubt about it. You grow attached to them and you love them. You treat them as I treat my dog like a baby in the family, a new baby, and so you just have to make sure that you look after it, because it's not fair to the pet that if you get one and you really can't look after it. And so, but they can be a lot of fun, but they're a lot of work. So you know what they say, buyer beware, right? So as long as you know the advantages and disadvantages, and maybe that's what you can do. You can get a list, a sheet of paper, and you say having a disadvantage of having a dog or a cat, or an advantage, and then the disadvantages, and weigh them, and you're going to have to get up and take them out and all that. So anyways, I think that's it for today. So again, my ask is let people know about my next blog. I'm going to bring Lucy, my dog, on this blog for you to look at. And I don't know how long, I don't know how that will go, but we'll see that. So again, thanks for tuning in. I'm again Bill MacPhee, your recovery expert, and there is life after mental illness. Have a great day, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving again on Thursday for all my American friends. Bye for now.